Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Rev Marie, and today we have Spirit speaking through the Lantern Oracle. Now, which card or which crystal are you drawn to? On the card number 1, I have a kyanite. Card number 2 is prehnite. And card number 3, shungite. Now, this looks blue, but it's actually green. Some of you may have a number that's popped into your head already, and that is awesome. That's your higher self or spirit guide assisting you. And if you need help in choosing a card or crystal, call on your guide or your angel. And know that some messages from the other cards that you don't choose may have a little bit of meaning and hold true for you as well. So let's start with card number 1. Distorted desires. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. So knowing the difference between needs and wants is key to navigating what is at the root of a desire. It helps us to distinguish what is self-sabotaging, compulsion, or mirage from what it is genuinely life-enhancing aspiration to be realistically pursued. When we think we want is not what we need or long for at a core level, the realization of such desires potentially results in something nightmarish rather than dream fulfillment. In worst case scenarios, this can have us running for our lives, like the featured mother here. So whether or not we consciously recognize a delusion for what it is, an untruth can never satisfy our needs. Illusions have no sustenance or substance, and therefore cannot satiate the burning desire that mistakenly drives us to attain them in the first place. Nonetheless, at the origin of every distorted desire is an invaluable lesson for us to learn about ourselves. Gently unpack the reasons why you are turning away from, rather than confronting, the things that are not actually as they seem in your life. It may be necessary to compassionately release yourself from an unwarranted conviction that things or person will magically change into what they have the potential to become, and cease making excuses for why they have not. So the mother's message: once we get clear on what our heart's core desire is, and therefore need, we are ready to recognize it in whatever form it takes and to receive it. Make the space for your heart's true longing to come in by freeing yourself of any illusion still haunting you. Definitely. What our wants and what our needs are so different. Sometimes we think we know what we want or what we need. But if you ask your guide or angel for help, they can assist you. And sometimes there's something better out there, right? Especially if we give the reins to, the universe, our creator. Sometimes then we realize that, hey, we thought this was good, but what we were getting is even better. The second card, card number 2, confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. At some point, we'll all encounter feeling at a loss as to what to do next. Our mind can become as conflicted as the advice we receive. Our emotions can polarize and overwhelm us to the point of distress, especially when the stakes seems too high to risk making a mistake. Our belief that there is a right choice or answer that will prevent all that we fear from happening can be paralyzing. Fear has the power to stop us in our tracks, especially when it seems logically right, is at odds with what feels emotionally safe. For example, one choice might seem to guarantee safety and security, but feel uncomfortably compromising. In a state of distress, it is hard to get clear on what our spirit self is guiding us to do. We may feel helpless and without any available choice that feels authentic. What is best and truly possible for us is rarely as clear as insight reveals it to be. When we need clarity the most, it would be helpful to remember that recognizing that we do not know what to do is a necessary step in the process of realizing what to do. Acknowledging that not knowing is the way to figuring out our next authentic move in navigating a way through any bewildering predicament. A solution is not found in making one right decision, but rather the result of many small and consistent choices, actions, thoughts, and behavior changes. This is because significant problems are born of a web of threads that are not quite right for us. It requires us to dismantle, clear and replace each thread one by one with a new and right one for us. This process of dismantling, clearing, and replacing is what significant and sustainable change and clarity are. We create our solutions by simplifying the complexity, removing it, and choosing something else. Clarity often comes at a cost of making at least one mistake. For most, it takes making many. This is how we learn. Mistakes are preferable to remaining on the ground defeated. Failures are gifts, lanterns, if you will, illuminating our true direction. Trust yourself. For any current confusion you're facing, place the hand that you write with on your heart and receive what knowing arises in you to do next. If part of this knowing is to seek the advice, support, or assistance from an appropriate other, do so. The featured Crone supports you in committing to taking one small step at a time, on your terms, at your pace. When we know that we have no idea what we're doing or what direction to take next, we begin to find out. So true. Go at our pace. There's no rush. Is there a rush? I don't think so. We have to give ourselves a break sometimes. We're a little bit hard on ourselves most of the time. Third card. Repair. Making amends rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. The integrity and strength of a relationship lie in how both parties show up for repair and not in how they play, nor their conflict style or frequency. Although challenges that arise in our relationships can be painful and difficult, they are also how we grow, learn, and explore who we are both individually and together. Repair is where we get real with those who we are in reciprocally, some hard time with that word, valued and respectful relationships. It's where we're seen without the mask. In a true relationship with another, we realize that it is okay to make mistakes. When the relationship is genuine, we are sincerely doing our best and our intentions are pure. All is repairable. It takes two. It takes two to crawl. It takes two to make things work. That is for sure. It takes two to heal. But it's very important to acknowledge that there's some things that happen or that are said in a relationship that sometimes cross a line for all parties. When a person is self-lovingly unwilling or unable to come back from a line of theirs being crossed, a true repair is not an option. It's always best to approach a relationship with the healthiest approach that we can have. Because once the relationship with ourselves works in a way that is good, self-respecting, accepting, and loving, it is possible for external relationships to work in this way too. Featured Crone here encourages you to welcome the truth in whatever conflict, resentment, or hurt that arises in what is at heart a real, good, and genuine relationship with good, safe people. It benefits us and them to embrace the challenges, the differences, the disagreements. Conflicts only seem to threaten the connection we share with loved ones. This is especially so when we let them fester without discussing an issue and do not equally commit to mending whatever stitches that have come undone. So before starting to repair a relationship, it can be beneficial to take some time out to calm down, get perspective. It gives us the time, capacity, that we can consider the issue from their point of view, and to see if and how we can have responded differently, maybe through a more thoughtful, graceful manner. The realization is both the gift and the growth as we mature and increase in authenticity with one another. The Crone's message is authentic relationships are made of what it takes for shared repair and growth. We are blessed with relationships, but we have to remind ourselves that in any relationships, there has to be mutual respect and love. Well, the Lantern Oracle certainly went deep today. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Until next time, have a blessed day.